News out that Steven Strasburg might be done as a major league pitcher. He hasn't pitched since surgery last June, and the Washington Post reporting that there's a possibility of nerve damage and was shut down over a month ago. He is not throwing. This comes out as Anthony Rendon is slated to come off the injured list early this week for the Angels. Rendon has played fewer than half the Angels' games again this year. Now, injuries happen in professional baseball, but it is of note that these two World Series champion free agents have become a cautionary tale of the baseball free agent market. Let's do a little digging in. Take yourself back. World Series 2019. Steven Strasburg has just finished a historic postseason. 36 innings of a 1.98 ERA. 2 World Series wins, earning the World Series MVP. Offensively for the Nats, it was Anthony Rendon leading the way. In 17 games, he hit .328, slugging nearly .600. Came through in big moment time after time. Both had massive postseasons and World Series as they became free agents. Not only that, both also came off stellar regular seasons. Here's Strasburg. He was coming off only his second season throwing over 200 innings. Actually led the National League in innings pitched. He had a 135 ERA plus 100 is league average. 251 strikeouts in 209 innings. Wow. Here's Anthony Rendon, meantime, over a 3-year period before hitting free agency. He hit .310, is on base just under 400, slugging a healthy .556. This is a guy hitting for average and contact, didn't strike out much, and hitting for power. As a third baseman, look at the average WAR at the very bottom there. 6.1 over a 3-year stretch. That's big. So imagine the pressure on the Nationals. Again, take yourself back. Coming off a World Series win, you have 2 free agent stars. Both were instrumental in winning you that World Series title. You can say you can't afford both, right? Public will buy that. But you have to try and keep one. And they did. The Nats went with Steven Strasburg. In the 4 years since, he's pitched 31 innings. 31 in 4 years, to an ERA just under 7. A near complete washout. He's dealt with carpal tunnel, arm problems, thoracic outlet surgery in 2021, and now again, he may never pitch again. As for Rendon, he went to the Angels, and in the subsequent 4 years, he's yet to play even 60 games in a single year. In those 4 years, he's yet to top his home run and RBI totals of his 2019 season. This year has been actually the most promising. He's played 30 games, half his, the games of the Angels, but he's hitting .300. He's got a .415 on base, but he's doing it with no power. He's just not the same player, and now he's 33. Both signed for the same years, same money. 7 years, $245 million. $35 million a year. That's an aircraft carrier, as we call it. You can have 1 or 2, maybe 3 of those contracts for a big money club, but that's it. It's a pivotal investment. Not just the cost, the opportunity cost. When you're paying that money to one player, there are all sorts of opportunities you have to pass on because you do not have the financial flexibility. So I'm really not completely sure what the lessons of these signings should be. Strasburg was 31, Rendon 30. That is the #1 red flag for a free agent. But it's not as if there haven't been good to great free agents in their 30s. So I think the main lesson is don't overrate postseason performance. It's hard. This is a perfect example. Strasburg and Rendon were so clutch in the 2019 playoffs, through every round of the postseason, all the way to a World Series title. You see that, you start to believe they have some clutch postseason magic. You can think that, but it might cost you. Now, with these two, there were other warning signs. With Strasburg, it was easier to see. He was famously sat out of the playoffs to preserve his arm in 2012. He was recovering from Tommy John surgery, but he was completely healthy. From 2015 to 2018, again, this a few years later, he averaged only 145 innings a season. It wasn't just one thing. It always seemed to be something, right? But again, that contract year, he was durable. He was completely clutch. Rendon's case was trickier, I will admit. Going into free agency, he had 4 solid seasons. 3 of them were great. In his first 6 full seasons, he had just 1 season below league average. He was turning 30, but he was a plus base runner. He was a plus fielder. He wasn't just a slugger. He was top 10 in contact in the bigs for that 3-year peak. He had good process, good plate discipline. Year to year, he'd usually barely have more strikeouts than walks. It just doesn't make sense. But it remains a cautionary tale. Here are some of the other big free agents from the class of 2019. All right, rank them as you wish. Garrett Cole has pitched. Not to his Astros level, but he's pitched, he's put in the innings. Zach Wheeler was an excellent signing for the Phillies despite his injury history. Josh Donaldson, that could go either way. This will kind of decide it if he can be good for the Yankees this year. And the Diamondbacks just cut Madison Bumgarner, another historically clutch performer. The free agent market is tantalizing. The teams need to learn it is also fraught with danger.